What's up, guys? Thanks for stumbling onto my channel. So, this is a comprehensive crypto update after Trump's UK trade announcement, the day following the important FOMC decision not to cut rates. And so, while I'm not savvy on macroeconomic stuff, we can slap a VWAP on yesterday, and that's going to give us a really good short term level that we need to hold. So, we really want Bitcoin and cryptos to hold this previous daily VWAP, that FOMC VWAP there. And that's going to be good for us in the short term. And we are flipping more hopeful here. We flipped the May VWAP into support. It's only been one day. We're still early in the month, still vulnerable to hostile actors and all sorts of weird bearish macro news coming out. But right now, what I'm seeing right now is a beautiful display of strength. We've confirmed the year to date as support, followed that up with May VWAP support. So sell in May is dead. And so you could say that the May VWAP is our invalidation level. If we lose like 96.4, we do get more skeptical on Bitcoin again. And an early indication of weakness would be the losing of the FOMC VWAP there. Now, when we look at Bitcoin on the larger time frames, first we look at the daily here. It was looking bearish, but it has continued to press up despite a divergence growing there, and now it's a green dot again. The weekly time frame is still a strong hidden bull div here. The 2-week seems to have only just gotten started. RSI's picking up momentum and VWAP picking up there. And the monthly is honestly historic, guys. We haven't gotten a second green dot over the 60 line on the monthly ever in Bitcoin's history. And so if we can pump up just a little bit more up to maybe like 105K and close this month, that is historic, guys. That's a sign that the runaway train mode isn't over yet. Getting potentially price discovery with this orange oscillator and the VWAP crossing up there potentially. Still early, but these monthly dots definitely reward you for being leading. And typically by the time you actually see the green dot, the move has already happened. Same with the red dots too. So there very, very well is a possibility that we get a green dot on the monthly now. And so that's the update on the monthly wave is, yes, it's risky. We're still technically overbought. Still not a time I would tell grandma to buy Bitcoin, but for the risk on of you out there, this clipping is a really good signal. So we don't want to ignore that. Now, obviously Bitcoin hitting 100K is good for altcoin sentiment. There's meme coins pumping, Ethereum's doing good. Obviously Fartcoin is my favorite meme, but I've seen people talking about Moodang, Popcat, all sorts of coins, but you can see how Fartcoin is also over its May VWAP, but it actually has some strong support all the way down at 104, that FOMC VWAP down there. So Fartcoin in a pretty good position here. Nice display of strength on the Fart. Might go to all-time highs. And when I look at the major altcoins like Ethereum, interestingly enough, is performing a late monthly leapfrog. So last month, there was a move that we were expecting on Ethereum, and that was a pump up to the February VWAP back in like March, and we never really got that. And so here we are getting a late pump up to that February VWAP finally, and we're even pumping up over it. So it looks like Ethereum is just going to complete its quarterly leapfrog. Q2 opens, that teal line back here, Q2 opens back here, and it's just only a matter of time before we return to the Q1 VWAP. And if we can reclaim that, then we start chopping up into these higher resistances, and we only need to get over 2,800 on ETH before we can unlock price discovery again. So I'm looking for 2,800 as a potential target on ETH this quarter if we continue on this upward trend. And I expect the year to date to be tested in relatively short order. Solana getting a big move, chopping up through its gulag as well. Already basically at 2 years of year-to-date VWAP, so in a similar position. And again, guys, with these altcoins, you're looking for the May VWAP and yesterday's VWAP to hold, the FOMC VWAP and the sell in May VWAP. We just want to hold over that, and we're looking good. Ripple as well, looking to finish that quarterly leap from the opening of a new quarter. We just want to kind of start slowly working our way up to that year-to-date VWAP there at 244. And these are your levels to hold here. On the right, you got $2.18 and $2.17. So pretty much tight. Important support there on Ripple at 217. And SWI looks like $3.44 and $3.50. Strong support there on SWI. Big, strong 5-day uptrends emerging across cryptos. And things looking okay for now as long as we hold those specified levels that I told you guys. So my brother helped me initiate my first options trade today. I'm not going to log into the E-Trade, but if you guys are interested in options trading, I believe that our anchored VWAP strategy, our strategy of calling these big moves, for instance, just as an example, at the start of April, in fact, in March going into April, I was talking about how Bitcoin was probably going to be up at 90,000, like back at that year-to-date sometime at the turn of Q2, and we really did go there. And so the fact that we as a community have the ability to make these big swing trade calls with relatively high confidence makes me want to dabble in options and start learning more about stocks and commodities. And I really just want to take advantage of these big swing trading opportunities. So I think options could be a way to do it. So I'll be going over my Palantir long call option that I just entered with my brother's help earlier today, and future options trades in the future if you join my VIP. So if you want to join the VIP, I put out TA on cryptos, and you also get my indicator with all these volume weighted supports and resistances. So you get that just by clicking the link in my description or going to my Twitter at @FloppingGroper, clicking the link in bio. And special shout out to a gentleman in my Discord, Wave Cypher. Shout out to all you guys, by the way. But Wave Cypher's been doing a good job of combining Market Cypher with VWAP, with ChatGPT to create trading plans, and he's just been nailing some big moves. So there was a long that he nailed. I put out a bullish analysis as soon as Bitcoin was testing the May VWAP. I put out a nice little bullish analysis for you guys in the VIP. Potential bounce level, good place to TP shorts. If we lose this level, selling May vibes begin again. Lo and behold, we did in fact hold that level perfectly. I'll show you guys like how good the VWAPs are at catching these moves. Look at that perfect bounce off the May VWAP there after getting a nice bounce off this year-to-date region. So the VWAP levels have been great, behaving basically like volume-weighted spider lines for us, and it's just been an honor to go over these with you guys. So I think that's pretty much it for me, guys. So, it's a hopeful day, a good day. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be a bullish bull again and be looking to the upside, because it's not fun being a bear. I don't take pleasure in pissing in people's cereal every morning looking at the charts. But I will tell you guys what I see when I see it. And I'm not going to be stubborn and hold a certain bias even when the environment is shifting around me. So, even though I maybe could have handled this 90K region a little bit better, I'm ultimately proud that we were able to call the bottom down at like 75 really good. We were bullish up to the year-to-date. We were cautious as we approached that year-to-date resistance. And now it looks like we're getting some good confirmation that the year-to-date is a strong support. And so that's it for me, guys. If you liked the video, smash the like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.